Aboriginal people from across the country are causing problems or making noise, and grassroots First Nations peoples are organizing, and you can see the consternation from the government and from others. For me, it doesn't represent a problem. It represents an extraordinary opportunity. We have a generation of Aboriginal peoples across this country who are saying, you know what, enough is enough. We want to be part of the conversations of how we're shaping our future. We want to be part of how this country operates on this land and how we create a better future for all of us. And for me, the challenge of leadership is not to take this and figure out how to get the chiefs to play off against each other, or leak an audit and make sure that public sentiment turns against them, or ridiculize the courageous stands that certain leaders like Teresa Spence have made in support of this motion, of this movement. But it's to say the challenge of leadership is to take this energy that is right out there across the land and create something positive for all of our futures with it. To understand that the relationship that has been so broken between Canada and Aboriginal peoples across this land needs to be fixed in respect, in partnership, in creating results that are not dictated or shaped by Ottawa, but shaped by the very people who figured out over tens of thousands of years how to live and thrive in this vast land. We have an awful lot of work to do going forward all together. But it's more than just a moral imperative to try and right the terrible wrongs that this country perpetrated on its First Peoples. It's about understanding that the challenges of the future require us to include and involve Aboriginal Canadians in every facet of building our futures. For many reasons, but I can think of two right now. The fact that 50%, 48%, but almost 50% of Aboriginal Canadians are under the age of 25. That's the future that we have to build, not just for those communities, but for the whole country, and making sure that young Aboriginals have a path to education, to work, to prosperity, to sharing the future and the opportunities that this country offers is essential if our entire country is going to survive and thrive. But more so, as we question the model and the ways we've created success over the past years, which has been very much around short-term maximization of profits, very much around narrow parameters of success, and extraction with a very, very short timeline of our natural resources. As we're beginning to realize we have to start shifting to the long term, as we have to start being balanced in our approach to create a strong and prosperous economy that does not come at the cost of future generations, we need to turn to peoples who have always gotten that, who've always understood that balance. And it's best summarized in the First Nations saying that we do not inherit this world or this land from our parents. We borrow it from our grandparents. We borrow it from our grandchildren. And that, for me, is at the center of the prosperity, not just of First Nations communities across this country, but of this entire country and its relationship as stewards of the land. So I'm very excited about the Idle No More movement, and I look forward to working with many strong First Nations and Aboriginal leaders across this country in the coming months and years. Thank you very much. Next question. Yes, sir. Speak real loud.